I'm Christine, and today we are trying the top 6 best non-chocolate candy in the United States. So this was tough. If you've seen my previous video, we talked about the 6 worst candies in the USA, and that list was a little bit easier to gather. This one is a little bit challenging because there are so many great candies in the United States. So let's start with Twizzlers. These are a licorice-like candy. They can't say licorice because they don't actually have any of the licorice plant in them. Some of the black Twizzlers do, but these Twizzlers, the red ones, don't. This one is strawberry flavored. And they also do have a cherry flavored. I don't know if it comes in the twists or just in the nibs, but they do have cherry as well. I prefer the strawberry. I like me some licorice sometimes. So this is that. It's just rope of sugar and it's kind of mobile, like very flexible. And these were created in 1929 by the oldest confectionery firm in the United States. And 70% of their annual production is strawberry flavored. So this is the most popular. Let's try it. It's kind of a hard bite and chewy. It's hollow in the middle. So when I was a kid, I would bite off both ends. And you can use it as a straw if you wanted to drink something with it. Or you can just breathe, air through it. I don't know, it's weird, but it's hollow, so that's kind of fun. So that's good. It's not I wouldn't put this one on my favorite candy list personally, but it's not bad. I like it. It's pretty good. So the next one is Sweet Tarts. And I actually got the extreme sour chewy Sweet Tarts by mistake. This is the one they had at the store that I went to, and I didn't notice that it was the extreme sour chewy, so we're gonna try to work around that. But sour candy is very popular in the USA, so I think it fits. But Sweet Tarts they're a fairly new candy, 1962, and they are the same recipe as Pixie Sticks. I don't know if you know what Pixie Sticks are. They're it's basically flavored sugar, loose sugar in a cylindrical shaped tube made of paper typically. And it's super messy. If you spill it, it's a mess. And so Sweet Tarts were actually in response to parents asking for a less messy candy. So they basically used the same recipe as the Pixie Sticks and put it in this form to make it less messy, which parents all over the United States are grateful for, I'm certain. So these are just cylindrical, flat little discs with a candy shell. And this one looks like it's grape flavored. So it's a hard candy shell on the outside and then it's chewy on the inside. Sweet Tarts, like the traditional Sweet Tarts, are more of a chalky texture. So it doesn't have the I don't think, maybe it does have the candy outside. Yeah, it does, but it's crunchy instead of chewy. So both of them have a candy shell. One is crunchy, one is chewy, and this one's chewy. But still rather hard. And it is really sour. Whoa. That is good. That's more what I'm looking for when I want a non-chocolate fruity candy. The sourness gives a nice tart, feeling in your mouth. But it's not so sour that you're gonna pucker up. The thing is though, you can't eat too many of these because they do start to hurt your mouth. I don't know this from personal experience at all because I would never eat too many of these. The next candy that we're going to talk about is Airheads. And there was actually a kind of a toss-up between Airheads and Sour Patch Kids. And I ended up going with Airheads because that's what I could find at the store that I was at. I could not find Sour Patch Kids. So I'm sorry if that one is your favorite. Sour Patch Kids are gummy, sour, little, like, they're shaped like little children, which is kind of creepy. And they're covered in sugar, and they're sour when you start out, and then once all of the outside sugar is gone, it's sweet. But we're going with Airheads, so forget about Sour Patch Kids. Airheads are from 1985, so fairly new candy, and they come in 16 flavors, but it started off with just one flavor. And it actually started off with, it was red, and they did a cherry flavor and a strawberry flavor, but they didn't put the flavor on the packaging because they wanted to see which one was more popular, the cherry or the strawberry. And it's interesting because different regions of the country, different flavors were the most popular. But now they have 16 flavors, and got its name from the creator asking his children, if you had a friend that did something silly, what would you call them? And he got a lot of different answers, but the one that stuck out to him the most was Airhead. And he just thought it was fun, and so that's what he called his candy. And it's like this cute, like they have the balloon on there with its little face. So it's all within the theme. And this package has 5 different bars in it with lots of different flavors. And we're gonna try the mystery flavor because why not? I can try and figure out which one it is. So they've got cherry, watermelon, blue raspberry, citrus rush, yum, and white mystery. So this is something that they do that's kind of fun. They have this white mystery bar that you don't know what flavor it is until you eat it. And we'll try to figure out what the flavor is. So it's kind of this taffy consistency, and it's just this flat, kind of very flexible taffy. Okay, that flavor is very familiar. What is that? It tastes kind of citrusy. So I feel like it's an orange. I don't know. But it's very good. I really like Airheads. I haven't had an Airhead in a really long time. It's not something that I typically go for. But when I do have them, I really like them. That's good. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so the next one is a classic. Everybody knows about this candy, and it came up a lot in my search and in my research. It started in 1920, and it is Gummy Bears. So these are the Haribo Gold Bears. Very popular brand. There are lots of different brands of gummy bears. This one is probably the one you'll see the most, and it actually was started by Hans Riegel of Bonn, Germany, and they're called Haribo because Hans, H-A, Riegel, R-I, and Bonn, B-O. So the first initials for his first name, last name, and where he came from. That's kind of interesting way to get your name for your confection. So this brand has lots of different types of gummy candies, but the Gold Bears was the first one. Hans Riegel was sick of his job, and so he quit his job and started selling hard candies, and his wife was the sole delivery person, and they went over pretty well. But then he modified a recipe, starting with like lots of gummy candies have come through the ages. So it might have started off with Japanese rice candy, and then to the Turkish delight, and then Hans Riegel had the idea to use gelatin in his confection instead of the rice flour or cornstarch that those other gummy things have. And so it gives it a little bit of a firmer texture. The gummy bear, they're so little and squishy, and they are a little bit firm. This one is a lemon. There's orange, strawberry, The green is the strawberry, which is confusing. The red is raspberry, lemon is yellow, and the white is pineapple. So these, it's very firm. I know I've had some other types of gummy bears that are not as firm. They're more soft and chewy. This is a firmer one, but the flavor is delicious and it gives your mouth something to do. I don't know. Very chewy though. So I really like gummy bears. Again, they're not something that I'm gonna really pick out if I'm looking for a fruity candy that is not chocolate, which I like chocolate a lot, so I typically go for chocolate, but these last two are the ones that I will buy if I'm looking for a fruity candy. The first one is Starburst. Yes. So their tagline is unexplainably juicy. And basically what they're saying is there's no liquid in this, but when you put it in your mouth, it just feels like there's fruit juice filling your mouth. There's kind of an interesting story behind Starbursts. They were originally called Opal Fruits in 1960 and started in the UK. And then they came to the US in 1967 and they were known as M&M Fruit Chewies because they were owned by the Mars company. And then later the name was changed to Starburst, and there's speculation that the name was changed to Starburst because kind of twofold. The burst of flavor that you get when you chew it, and also it was coming out during the Great Space Race. And so Starburst was kind of capitalizing on that name. And this, I got the original, but they have lots of different flavors now. But they come in cherry, orange, strawberry, and lemon. And the strawberry is my favorite. I think that's the pink one. And I'm gonna get this open here. It's little squares. I'm gonna take a strawberry. Oh, I like the orange ones too a lot, but I'll take the strawberry for this. And they're just wrapped in this paper. And it's kind of, I don't know why, but I really like opening Starbursts. And there it is. It's just this chewy square. And it's soft and very chewy. It's so good. Okay. So, the last candy is probably my favorite. No, I think it is my favorite fruit candy that you can buy in the USA. And it's very popular. Skittles. So this is like the fruity counterpart of M&Ms. That's how I look at it. And they come in several flavors: grape, strawberry, lemon, green apple, and orange for the original flavors. But they have lots of different, they have sour, they have tropical, they have just the reds, they have all kinds of different flavor packets, but I just got the original. And their motto has been taste the rainbow for a really long time. And they've actually, you should look up the history of Skittles because they have gotten into some interesting political, controversy over the past several decades. And in particular, the past, decade. So take a look at that. I'm not going to get into it here, but I found it really interesting to read about. They originally started in Britain in 1979 and were brought to the US and subsequently started being manufactured by a US company, I think in 1982. So I'm going to try and do this without dropping them all over. There they are. They're just these little candies. And they're chewy. They've got the candy shell on the outside and chewy on the inside. They're just perfect. They're a little bit hard. They're kind of like the Starburst in that you get a sensation of juiciness when you bite into them, but not quite the same. And I think I like orange the best. That one probably is my favorite flavor. Yeah. So that's it. That's all the candy I have for you. Did I miss your favorite? Let me know in the comments below what your favorite non-chocolate candy is that you can get in the USA. And maybe share one from another country that I don't have access to and I should definitely try. So there you have it. That is the best candies in the USA, top 6. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and hit subscribe so you can see more. I'll see you next time. Bye.